Cooking with corn smut today. We're going to make Huitlacoche quesadillas. One of the best ways to serve or eat Huitlacoche, especially if people are new to it, if they haven't had it before, because everybody loves quesadillas. The first thing you're going to do is I'm going to take some onion and garlic and some lard. This is actually duck fat. You could use oil. And I'm going to cook that until the onion is nice and tender. And what we're doing here is I want to add some ingredients that can kind of bulk out the Huitlacoche and kind of stretch it, because Huitlacoche is really strong tasting by itself. So adding some extra things to kind of that will complement the flavor, but also help it not taste as rich, it's going to be a lot better. You don't want to have a tortilla or a quesadilla made of just straight Huitlacoche. It would be too strong for most people. The tomato is really important there. The acid is going to help kind of cut through that richness of the Huitlacoche. I wouldn't make this without tomato. Some people do. And then the Huitlacoche is going to give up a lot of moisture, so I'm going to mash it around with the back of a spoon and just help that liquid come out and cook it until the pan is dry. Traditionally, that might be done, you might mash it up using a metate or kind of like a mortar and pestle crossed with a rolling pin, but mashing it around with the back of a spoon is just fine. Season it to taste with salt until it tastes good to you. And then at the end, I'm going to add a bunch of fresh cilantro here. You can see the pan's pretty dry now. You could also use epazote. Epazote kind of tastes a little bit like garlic crossed with kerosene. It's actually really, really good, despite how that sounds. And that would be a very traditional herb to add. Now, this will be familiar if you made a quesadilla. Flour tortillas are probably not very traditional, but they're delicious and they get super crisp, so that's what I'm using here. I also do a version with masa. I'm just going to get that tortilla nice and pliable in a greased skillet, add some cheese, that's queso Oaxaca, you could use Monterey Jack or mozzarella, and put the Huitlacoche mixture that's nice and dry on half of the tortilla. Then, when it's nice and pliable, turn it over, press on it with a spatula, make sure it cooks nice and even. I'm going to add a little extra fat just to help it get nice and crisp, and then you just cook it until it's golden brown on both sides, and this is pretty easy here. This is very, very easy. Very hard to mess this up. You can see my pan's cooking a little bit uneven there. That's okay. Just move the quesadilla around to help it cook evenly until it is nice and brown and crisp. And that is looking pretty good. Take it over to a cutting board, cut it into wedges, serve it with your favorite accompaniments, sour cream, guacamole, salsa. Doesn't that look good? I love corn smut. More recipes like this on my website. Thanks for watching.